Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Vince here. So kind of wanted to go over a topic, just kind of Pokemon investing in general. Been seeing a lot of different things going around, just kind of on YouTube about whether Pokemon's worth investing in. Are the good days over of picking up any product and turning it for a profit instantly, aka flipping, or just in general long-term sealed with the amount that's being printed. Will any of it really have any significance in the long run? Will we ever see any big gains, kind of like we have been seeing going forward, with Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, and just kind of special sets like Crown Zenith, they printed it quite heavily, Shining Face, things like that. Just kind of, is it worth it anymore, right, to invest in Pokemon? And I kind of want to give my thoughts. I actually wrote a lot of this down, so I'm going to be it's going to be kind of raw. I'm going to be looking at my computer a lot just to kind of, I wrote this about a week ago now, because it just came to me. I was seeing all the videos of like people just saying, don't invest, or, there's nothing in it anymore, and you're never going to get the gains that we've seen before. Those days are over, and it's just not worth it anymore, right, to hold sealed product or collect raw cards. So I just want to kind of get into what I wrote and just kind of express my opinions. And if you guys have anything you want to say, go ahead and put it in the comments. No, it's cool. Just something I was thinking about and just kind of wanted to kind of look into it. So first one I want to address is flipping, right? So at least the days of flipping, right, to me, I think are gone right now, right? But that's until possible another pandemic, right? Or celebrities getting involved, right? Like Logan Paul and Steve Aoki, all these big names, right? But I can't also say that I'm, a lot of people would be like, hey, I didn't like that happened, and I loved Pokemon the way it was before, and they killed it and they ruined it. But I came in during that time myself. I'm gonna be honest, I did. So I can't really say that I'm mad that happened. So that perspective, I understand people that were here before that, it did bring a lot of people into it that were only interested in money, flipping, and just those kind of things. So I understand that. But it's what brought me into collecting, right? I wasn't ever looking at it from that way, from like a flipping perspective. I was genuinely intrigued by the cards, specifically the cards, like the art, but the thrill of the chase is what really got me started, right? Opening packs and then like trying to get the biggest cards, right? So if we're being honest, there's really a need for everything and space for everything, in my opinion. Do I agree with flipping? No. But do I understand it? Yeah. It's a simple exploitation of supply and demand. Way more demand than supply at the time, right? The Pokemon Company didn't see that there would be a massive demand for Pokemon, during the pandemic. Much less could they predict a worldwide pandemic. No one did. So I guess my point here is that when sudden popularity comes from influence like celebrities, coupled with a global pandemic, not only does it breed the bad in that of scalpers, flippers, but it also breeds the good, and new interests, right, in Pokemon, like myself and others that I'm sure have my same story. So while we hate the idea of flippers and scalpers, I think we forget that they're a product of the same hype or pumping as those real collectors, right, and people who genuinely enjoy Pokemon. So to me, it shows the strength, the fact that Pokemon can have those massive demand spikes, and then as you see now, those flippers, scalpers dry up, the market is stabilizing. That's not to say it won't happen again. Who knows what's next? I don't know. What I do know is that, this is my opinion, Pokemon is in a great place. Whether it's the TCG, the card collecting, the investing, Scarlet and Violet is a solid era. I know people can't see it now, but it really is. There's great art, and a lot of the Pokemon are new Pokemon, right? So a lot of people always want the Gen 1s, Gen 2s, right? Which is what, Pokemon 151 was, and it got a lot of people even back into it, right? Because there was a lot of lost attention to Pokemon with Scarlet and Violet starting, so that that really did help. But usually we never know what we have until it's gone, right? So right now everyone's saying no, it's not good, and then once it's over, people are going to look back and go, man, that was incredible, right? So to me, this is a great time to be a collector investor. I consider myself both. I love to buy singles pretty much any era. I've been kind of really into the Diamond and Pearl era, Secret Wonders right now, but just in general, alternate arts, just pretty much everything, just base set, like all of it. Because honestly, growing up, I was never into it, so I kind of missed it. I think what have been created by Pokemon International is one of the greatest games and brands that we've ever seen and ever will see. It's a multi-billion-dollar market. So if you're asking me if investing is worth it or even doable, I'll say yes, because I believe in it. To me, this hobby is just, it's so inclusive. It has everyone, right? You got kids, you got adults, you got teenagers. When you go onto YouTube, check out videos, you'll see, kids opening packs with their parents, playing the game, see tournaments. You'll see, people all talking about slabs, sealed investing. I mean, it just kind of, it goes everywhere, right? And to me, that speaks volumes, right? There's interest in all areas, right? Not just the collecting and investing and flipping. It's everything. Investing and collecting, it's just one part of a giant space. But if you don't believe in Pokemon, the company and the cards and just the game and everything that it is, then why are you investing, right? If you genuinely don't like the products, like the cards, like the TCG game, really anything about it, why would you park your money in it for long-term investing or flipping? I guess flipping, if it's available, I understand that, because you don't have to have your money there for a long time. But if you're thinking of investing and you don't really like Pokemon, what's the purpose? You should at least like what you want. If you don't really care for it, it's an alternative asset. Why would you don't invest in Pokemon? Go invest in some Roth IRAs or an index fund. You can a bank CD. I mean, you can do all kinds of different things, right? Just why Pokemon then if you don't like it? If you're asking me if I think Pokemon will fail like Metazoo, I know this was another big one that was kind of going around. I'd say there's not a shot. I don't think Metazoo ever been in the same category as Pokemon. Not by a long shot. Ever since I was growing up, Pokemon's always kind of, since the 90s, obviously, late 90s when it actually started. I've always seen it, heard of it. It's always been there. Never got interested in it, but I know it's always been there. So I think it's just too ingrained to really ever, like people are like scared, like, oh, Metazoo, who's next? Pokemon next? I'd be very shocked, right? I think we're going to continue to have, the ebbs and flows of the market. We're going to have these big spikes when influence comes in or the newest thing comes out and people are, like 151 are flocking to it. And then when 151 goes away and we have sets where there's, things that people at the moment don't want, it's going to be low, right? And people are going to me, that's the best time to invest. You're going to get things low because eventually they're going to go up. I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire. Those days are probably over where, buy a base set booster box and now it's worth, hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're probably not going to see that again, but to think that your investments within 5 to 10 years can't be up by 50 to 100%, I think they can, and I believe they will. So that's why I am in this hobby, and not just because of that, but I like that it's an alternative asset. I can possess it, see it. I love the art. Like it brings me a little bit of joy because it's something I can physically have versus invest in the stock market, index funds. You don't really see it. It's just your money's in an app, right? Your money's in trust, whatever it's in. It's like it's not something you can possess, right? This we can possess this, we can hold this. It's different. The trajectory that Pokemon was on, where it was just everything was going up so crazy, it was just not sustainable. I mean, I don't think it is, but I do believe that it will continue to get bigger. There's going to always be interest in it. People going out, people going in. That's never going to change. But I don't think we're even close to it being over. I think, not that it's the beginning, but I think it is as it's always been. It's never gone anywhere, right? So that's kind of my opinion on Pokemon investing right now. Thanks for watching.